Good morning, guys. How are we doing? Hope you're good. Welcome to the Morning JB show. This morning, we're going to talk about the importance of personal management when it comes to your health. Very quickly before we get started, if you are coming through, please do drop a like. Please do comment. Please do get engaged. It's social. And please do drop a share if you don't mind, just to spread the good word. So I'm going to go through the importance of personal management, and then I'm going to talk about how we're going to be implementing personal management and the improvement of it to improve your health towards the end of the video for my free 5-day Fire Up challenge. So, been in the industry a while, and we used to run 6-week programs way back in the day when I very first started the Dad's Coach. And I was noticing these patterns happening. And it wasn't just patterns for the Dad's Coach, it was from a local boot camp as well. And people would sign up to like a 6-week program or an 8-week program, whatever the program was. The program was bombers. It offered everything. And usually what happens is that when we work with those guys, we basically look and feel amazing for the first 2 weeks. Those first 2 weeks on a program, everyone is elated. Everyone's energy levels are high. Everyone's ready to go. Everyone's pumped. Everyone's commenting, saying, I can't wait for this. I need this. This is the change I've been waiting for. Then what tends to happen around between week 2 and week 3? People start drifting off and out of the program. And it doesn't matter what I do, how many times I chase people up, you just end up dropping out. And I've noticed this pattern over the last few years. Now, what tends to happen is that once the initial excitement and drive of the program has finished, it then slips into this period where real life takes over. And it's work commitments, work timings, stress at work, frustration at work, something going on at home, stress in relationships. You name it, there's going to be a reason why you're going to come off the program. The consistency stops. I end up chasing up, and the people end up leaving the program. And one of the biggest reasons that this is happening is because of poor personal management. Now, first of all, to put work factors, work stresses, and other factors above your health is mental. Because without your health, okay, you are no good to anyone. If you don't focus on your health and you're stressing out and burning out at work, you're heading only in one direction, and that's a heart attack. Becoming overweight, becoming more frustrated and miserable. That doesn't benefit anybody at all. Okay, so the first thing we should be focusing on is our health. But first, we must master the art of personal management. Because unless you can organise yourself, unless you can plan yourself, unless you can manage your time, unless you have a morning routine, an evening routine, coping mechanisms, then the problem is you're never going to remain consistent or sustainable when it comes to your fitness regime, your nutrition, okay, your well-being. Because all of those things, unmanaged, will pound you into the ground. So the thing that I like to look at when I do my programs, when I look at my clients, and it's the thing I talk about more than you probably noticed. You may have noticed more than I ever talk about how to do squats, how to do press-ups, how to do workouts. Because you know what? The likelihood is that you're not going to be able to do those fucking press-ups or squats or those gym sessions or the workouts I put out because you're so stressed out and you don't have the time. Which is the mental thing, right? That is the crazy thing. I could give you a free 6-week program. I could give it to you for free. I'd say I'll coach you for free for 6 weeks. And I know that 90% of the people on it will bail after 2 weeks still because of lack of personal management. Now, personal management is improving your time management. It's being well planned. It's having a good morning routine. It's prioritizing yourself. It's having an evening routine. It's having balance between work, relationships, health and personal development. It's having balance in life. It's learning to have vision and direction, like I talked about yesterday. Personal management is personally managing your life so that you don't get distracted and you don't get pulled aside. And when you have that personal management, consistency becomes second nature, becomes sustainable. And that's similar to anything. You think about these videos that I do in the morning. I started these maybe a year ago. I've been consistent and sustainable with these coaching videos, despite me being on holiday or ill every now and then. And that is just because my personal management in the last 2 years has just got much better. My morning routine, I've become more enthusiastic about it. I've become more motivated to do it. I enjoy it more. And that's the same with your routine. And if we're going to step up a level in life, we have to be able to manage ourselves. Then we can focus on our fitness and health. Then we can worry about the squats or how many reps and all of that good stuff and how many calories you need. Because there's no way you're going to track calories if you can't even get up on time, right? So personal management is something I'm big on. And I think it's super important. I think it's super important for those in business. I think it's super important for those not in business. I just think it's super important for fucking everyone. So part of the 5-day probing that we're running next week, and I've even got some of my current members and clients going back in just as a refresh. The 5-day Fire It Up challenge is about balance. It's about personal management. It's about building the pillars to build on, to build a life on, to build a healthy, consistent, healthy routine on. Looking at self-awareness, looking at purpose, looking at workouts, looking at morning routines, looking at planning and goal setting, and focus on those key pillars that we're going to build our healthy lives on. All right, guys. So I think the main point I want you to take away from this video or this podcast, depending how you're consuming the content, is think about your personal management. Focus on getting squared away. Look at your time management, look at your planning, look at your organization, look at your coping mechanisms, look at how much your work-life balance is. Okay, once we squared that shit away, the health is just one figure, one branch of what we're trying to achieve. Thank you for listening. If you want to join us and you want to register for the free 5-day Fire It Up challenge, which starts Monday, then please just hit the link somewhere on here, or if it's on Instagram, it'll be on the bio, or if it's on the podcast, it'll be in the description. But either way, it's there somewhere. If you can't find it, just drop me a message. Have an amazing weekend. I'm off to Birmingham to run my very, very first workshop, which I'm super excited about. Got people flying in from Ireland, coming all around the country to come and see me, which is mental to think about. But I'm really humbled and really excited to be able to work with these guys for a whole morning and early afternoon. Thanks for listening. Have a good weekend.